He had one dream, to make his parents proud. But when failure crushed everything he believed in, he vanished into silence. Until one day, life whispered a truth he would never forget. Sometimes dreams must fall apart so you can rise. Ravi was born in a small village where dreams were smaller than the houses people lived in. But his heart was bigger than his world. Every morning, before the sun rose, he would climb a rocky hill near his home, stretch his arms wide, and whisper to the wind, "One day, the world will know my name." His father, a bus driver who worked 16 hours a day, used to say, "Ravi, we may not have much, but you're our pride." And his mother, who stitched torn clothes for neighbors, always smiled and added, "You go farther than anyone from this village ever has." Those words became the fuel for his fire. Ravi's dream was to become an engineer, not just for himself, but for the two tired faces who had built their entire life around his future. He wanted to gift them comfort, peace, and a reason to rest. The day he left for the city, the whole village came to wave goodbye. His father slipped a small envelope in his hand. Inside was a few thousand rupees, all their savings. "Don't worry about us," his father said, smiling through tears. "Just make your dream real." The city was everything his village wasn't: loud, fast, crowded. But to Ravi, it was a world of possibility. He shared a small, suffocating hostel room with two other dreamers who slept in shifts because the room couldn't hold 3 bodies at once. But that didn't matter. Ravi was ready to fight. He studied by candlelight when electricity failed. He skipped dinners to save money for books. He believed that hard work could defeat privilege, that effort could rewrite destiny. For months he lived on hope. But soon, hope began to crack. The entrance exam was ruthless. His classmates had private tutors, better materials, and years of expensive coaching. Ravi had only determination and a second-hand physics guide missing 3 chapters. He failed the first mock test, then the second, then the third. Each red mark on his paper felt like a stab to his confidence. And yet, every time his phone rang, he forced his voice to sound cheerful. "Papa, everything's fine, just studying hard." But inside, he was falling apart. The night before the final exam, Ravi looked out the window at the glittering city lights. He whispered to himself, "I can't fail. I can't afford to." And yet, life doesn't always listen to desperation. When the results were announced, Ravi's hands trembled as he searched for his name. He scrolled again and again, praying for a miracle. But the screen stayed silent. His name wasn't there. The dream that once felt like destiny now looked like a cruel joke. He stared blankly at the wall. His world, everything he had built in his mind, collapsed in seconds. He had failed. That night, he didn't cry. He just sat on the rooftop, watching the city lights mock his darkness. "I've failed my dreams," he whispered, "and I've failed everyone who believed in me." He didn't return home. He couldn't face the disappointment in his parents' eyes. Days turned into months. Ravi began doing small jobs, delivering food, tutoring kids, repairing fans. He walked through crowded streets, invisible to everyone, haunted by a single thought: what's the point of trying anymore? Every time he saw someone in an engineering uniform, something inside him burned. He avoided his old friends. He stopped calling home. His dream had died, and with it, so had his identity. One rainy night, while delivering food, he slipped, his bag tearing open on the wet street.
He sat there in the rain, drenched and defeated, whispering, "Is this all I was meant to be?" The next morning, a letter arrived. It was from his mother. "My dear Ravi, you were never just our dream. You are our heart. Don't let one failure make you forget who you are. You are not your marks. You are not your result. You are the same boy who fixed our fan when no one else could, who helped neighbors when their lights went out. Come home when you're ready, my son. We miss you, not your success." He read that letter again and again until the ink blurred with tears. It was the first time he realized his parents never loved him because he was talented. They loved him even when he wasn't. That night, for the first time in months, Ravi cried, not out of failure, but out of forgiveness. When Ravi finally returned to his village, the whispers began. There he is, the boy who failed. He was supposed to make it big. Every word stung, but he stayed silent. He helped his father fix old buses, repaired wires around the house, and spent evenings alone by the river. One day, the village school's principal approached him. "The school's wiring keeps sparking. Can you take a look?" Ravi spent 2 days repairing the entire electrical system for free. When the lights finally came back on, the children clapped and shouted his name. In their cheers, he felt something awaken, a feeling he hadn't felt since before failure. He realized something powerful. The joy of helping others feels greater than the pain of failing yourself.
Ravi began teaching kids basic science under a banyan tree. He used old batteries, wires, and light bulbs to show them how electricity worked. What began as a few children soon became dozens. Word spread quickly. The failed boy was now teaching kids to dream. A journalist passing through the village wrote an article titled, "The Boy Who Failed His Dreams, Now Lighting the Path for Others." It went viral. NGOs and donors reached out to support him. He named his initiative Light Within. Its mission? To bring practical science and hope to children in rural villages, the very kind of child he once was. Ravi transformed his small project into a learning center. He didn't just teach formulas, he taught life. He told his students, failure isn't your end, it's your teacher. He taught them how to build small solar lamps, fix fans, and create energy from waste. The children began to believe in themselves the way he once did. Soon, Light Within spread to neighboring towns. Government officials visited. Organizations offered grants. His center grew, not from ambition, but from purpose. His parents watched from the crowd one day as he spoke to hundreds of children. His mother's eyes filled with tears. She whispered to her husband, "She failed an exam, but she passed life." Years later, Ravi stood on a TEDx stage. The spotlight fell on the same boy who once thought his life was over. He began, "When I failed my dream, I thought I had lost everything. But failure doesn't destroy you. It rebuilds you. It takes away what you wanted to give you what you needed. I thought success was about reaching the top, but real success is helping others rise with you." He paused, scanning the audience. Hundreds of faces, some teary, all inspired. Maybe I wasn't meant to build machines. Maybe I was meant to build people. The crowd erupted in applause. That day, the world finally knew his name not as an engineer, but as a creator of hope. One evening, Ravi climbed the same hill where his story began. The same wind brushed against his face, the same sky stretched above him. But this time, he didn't whisper, "One day." He whispered, "Today." He had become the very thing he once dreamed of.
not successful in numbers or fame, but in meaning. As he stood there, his phone buzzed. It was a message from one of his students. Sir, I got selected for engineering college. Thank you for believing in me. Ravi smiled through his tears. That was once my dream. Now it's yours. Go live it. He looked at the setting sun and realized something profound. Dreams don't die when we fail them. They are reborn through the lives we touch afterwards. Today, Ravi's organization, Light Within, educates thousands of children across rural India. His students call him Sir Light because wherever he goes, things shine again. He travels across schools and colleges sharing his story, not to boast, but to remind every broken soul. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is the beginning of it. Every dream that dies gives birth to a stronger one if you refuse to give up. When people ask him, "What changed your life?" he smiles and says, "A letter, a failure, and the courage to start again." And that's how the boy who once failed his dreams became the man who gave others theirs. Moral of the story: sometimes life destroys your first dream not to punish you, but to prepare you for the dream that truly belongs to you.